Hi, my name is Ruth Duran and I'm a certified life coach and MBA, and I help my clients make more money without working any harder or longer. And one of the things that I see that costs my clients a lot of money, a lot of success, and a lot of growth in their business is indecision, not making a decision. And so my mentor coined a term called decision debt. And this is where you actually put off making a decision to a future self, and you actually just procrastinate and delegate it to your future self, like debt, where you're obligating your future self to pay back that debt. You're doing the same thing with decision debt. You're obligating your future self to deal with that decision, either to deal with the decision of making the decision at a later date, or dealing with not making the decision and the life that we've created without that decision. We're obligating our future self to clean that up. And so it really exhausts us in the future. It really has us, our future self, really have to do the work for us today. Just like debt, if I borrowed something today, I'm obligating my future self to actually either work harder or make more money to pay for that, or sacrifice something in the future to pay that off. We do the same thing with decisions. And so it uses up so much energy in the present, and it also uses up so much energy in the future. And so I help my clients make decisions. I help them make powerful decisions. I help them choose on purpose, intentionally, to make decisions. And in fact, I teach them a skill where they make decisions ahead of time. What that does, it really cleans up that energy for the future self to do something different with it. The reason that my clients do not like making decisions is because they're coming from fear. They're afraid of what is going to happen. They're coming from scarcity. They're not believing in themselves today. And they are actually afraid that if they make a decision, they're going to have to take action. And one of the consequences of taking action is the chance that they will fail. And they do not know how to manage their brain in case they fail. And so they decide to not make a decision today, because then they don't have to take action and they don't have to fail. In fact, however, what I tell them is they're just failing ahead of time. So I help my clients learn how to make decisions. When we make decisions, we actually can now take action and create something. We can actually take ourselves and our business and our life to the next level. We can create something that didn't exist in the world. And when we make decisions, we can move forward in our life. We can go to the next course of action. And so when we make decisions, we can just create something that never existed in the world. And when we make decisions, we can actually save ourselves the time, energy, and brain space of creating something that never existed. We can save ourselves and our future selves from having to do that again. And when we have something finished in our hands, we get that satisfaction of we did something. And so when we make decisions, we save ourselves energy, time, money, and success. And so when we are not making decisions, we cost ourselves time, energy, and success. And so what I teach my clients to do is I teach my clients to make decisions intentionally, using their prefrontal cortex, using decisions ahead of time, really being willing to put things out into the world, to take action, to learn and to grow from it, and create something that really didn't exist at one point. When we have decision debt, when we don't make decisions, or we prolong decisions, or we procrastinate our decisions, or quickly change our mind, decide we're going to do this and then we do this, or make decisions that are designed to start and stop us, like small little decisions that are not even going to move us forward, like redeciding, like I decide this and all of a sudden I've decided this, and going back and forth and back and forth. It costs us a lot of time and energy and money. It keeps us stalled and stuck where we are. It keeps us from moving forward. And so what we want to do is we want to practice making decisions. And so just like decisions debts, we want to really take that away from that thing hanging, lingering over us. This extra work just hanging over us. Make a decision for yourself today and for your future self. Set your future self up to succeed by making decisions today. And if we don't make decisions, sometimes people say, well, I just decided not to make that decision. But you need to know that those unsolved decisions are just in the back of your brain, just taking up precious brain space. That precious brain space can be used to actually creating something in the world, actually helping people in the world, actually solving something in the world. But when we don't make a decision, we are letting it sit in our brain. And indecision costs us time, energy, and actually exhausts us. When I experience people with burnout, they have a pattern of not making decisions. And so it really depletes us of our energy. When we make strong decisions, it actually energizes us. It actually fuels us because we create something in the world and we're able to see, here is the finished product. And so I want you to really think about it. How do you not make decisions? How are you delegating decisions to your future self? It shows up in very simple ways. For me, my pattern is I don't know. And so I hope that my future self will know, because something might happen that she might know. And so that's my pattern of not making decisions. What is your pattern of not making decisions? Sometimes it's I'm going to think about it. Other times it's not quite yet. Other times it's maybe. Other times it's I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Somebody tell me what to do. And so these are just where we are not making decisions. We're delegating it to the future self. And so I love to use the analogy, if you have $24,000, and that's the amount of money every day you get to make decisions, and you're spending that $24,000 in not making decisions, in open-ended decisions, in maybe, maybe not, in I don't know, in confusion, in just looking for, I'm going to think about it, I'm looking for the right decision. It's like every time you do that, it's like you're driving down the road, throwing $100 out of the window. You're using precious time, energy, and brain space. And just like with money, we wouldn't do that. And so what if you decided every single day you get $2,400 worth of decision-making capacity, and you decide on purpose, I'm going to make clean decisions, and I'm going to finish what I decided to do. I'm going to make and create something in the world. Think about how much more of that $24,000 you would have, and how much bigger things you could do, how much bigger decisions, how much grander things you can actually create in the world. And so the cause of indecision is because we think there's either a right thing to do or a wrong thing to do. We think that we don't want, if we have to make a decision, we're going to have to take action. And if we take action, we might fail. And we don't want to fail. I know how that feels. And we're trying to avoid failing. But then what I teach my clients is we are then failing ahead of time. We're not saving us from that disappointment and the discouragement, because we know that we failed ahead of time and we can feel those emotions. We also think that if we don't take action, that it will be uncomfortable, that actually doing something new will be uncomfortable. But not doing it is also uncomfortable. If you're going to be uncomfortable and there's a chance that you're going to fail, isn't it better to have a finished product in front of you? Isn't it better to have a satisfaction of knowing you did something? Isn't it better to know that you are moving forward and progressing and creating something in the world? For me, that's what I have decided to do, and decided to start making powerful decisions. The other thing is, when I was hesitant to make decisions, I used to think there was a right or a wrong way, and that what I learned was there's no right or wrong decision. There's only a decision that we make right. Our thinking either makes it right or wrong. And when we started figuring that in my household, we've made huge decisions, and like leaving my job and focusing 100% on my business. My husband went back to another career that he used to be in, and doing the uncomfortable thing at first. And now, years later, we're both looking back and going, we're glad we made that decision. We're glad we moved forward. We're glad we did the uncomfortable thing, because it was 100% worth it, because our present day self is super grateful and appreciative of our past self. You're going to be uncomfortable regardless. You're going to be uncomfortable where you are. You're going to be uncomfortable doing the uncomfortable thing. You might as well be uncomfortable and have the result that you want. And the other part is, you may fail, yes, but you might not. You might either win or you might learn. You might grow so much more than you even thought was possible by making a decision. It just moves you forward and creates something in the world that was never there. I love to teach my clients how to practice making decisions. And some of the different ways is what I'm going to be doing next month in my free Facebook group is I'm going to be helping them really identify how to declutter their home, because that is also going to help us declutter our brain. And it just helps us practice making decisions. One of the first things we want to do is we want to question ourselves. Why do we want to create the thing that we want to create? And this gives our brain more of that clarity of the making the decision. And then you just get to make sure that you make a decision and you like the reason that you made the decision. After that, everything else is either winning or you're learning. You make the right or wrong decision, or you make the decision right by the way you think. If you're ready, and you get a finished product as you're moving along and growing. If you're ready to make more money without working any harder or longer, I can help you. If you're ready to make more money and stop costing yourself time, energy, and effort, I can help you. Schedule a consultation call and let's work on where are your patterns that are costing you time, money, and energy. Thank you so much and have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.